We've got Jaime Lozano and Tommy Newman. We're going to tell you more about Roja.
Hola, good evening, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Jaime Lozano. My pronouns are he, him, his, él in Spanish. Y soy el coescritor, compositor y letrista de Roja. And I am based out of New York, just swimming away, crossing the river in Union City, New Jersey.
And my name is Tommy Newman, he, him, él. I am also a book writer and composer lyricist for Roja y vivo en Alabama, donde imparto clases en La Troy University. Down here in Alabama, where some things are wonderful and some things are not so wonderful, but here we are nonetheless.
We have been working on this project off and on for the last 3 years, and we are so excited to be able to share it now with the amazing NAMT community.
That story is deeply personal, I think, for both of us as fathers.
And as human beings for whom death and grief han dejado deep cicatrices in our hearts.
Roja fuses traditional Mexican folk music and Mestizo folklore, offering a new twist on Little Red Riding Hood.
In our show, 14-year-old Roja lives with her mother on a struggling farm at the edge of the Mexican desert, maybe close to the border. And after her father's death, the landowner diverts all the water to his own hacienda, threatening the family's survival.
And when Roja saves a mischievous magical coyote, he offers her a chance to see her father again, if she completes 3 tasks for La Señora de los Huesos, the Lady of Death.
And along the way, when they create trouble for the landowner, and Roja bonds with her mother, uncovering the true meaning of miracles, what milagros means in the real world.
This idea was born from our desire both to share a narrative that reflects the immigrant experience in a positive and empowering light, especially for future generations.
I was born and raised in Mexico. I'm a Mexican immigrant trying to survive in this beautiful but very challenging city, New York City. And I consider my mission to tell stories that honor our heritage and that portray my people not only from the lens of struggle, but also through joy and magic and beauty and resilience that help to shape who we are. Writing this story is a way to offer to my son, who is a Mexican American, and it's very challenging to raise a Mexican American. You know, sometimes we feel like in between. As you can notice with my accent, I go from English to Spanish and from Spanglish to English, and sometimes I don't find the right word, and I have to switch to the other languages. But I want him to know that that's okay. I mean that he's both, that he can speak both languages, that he's a reflection of these 2 cultures together, and that this makes us stronger. And I want to celebrate the beauty and the wisdom of both cultures together.
For us, this story is a celebration of the miracles of everyday life, and it is all about an affirmation of the strength that we carry with us, no matter where we come from both sides. Jaime and I have known each other for a long, long time and been writing together, and it's just so beautiful to be considered a part of his family and for him to be a part of mine. So even with all of this, we just love writing together.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that you can see in the show is that we are putting honesty and heart before everything else. Besides the craft or the storytelling, I think that where you're going to see something that's very, very honest. Roja is an original 1-act bilingual Mexican folk musical with a cast of 4 actors, 2 female to male presenting, and it was written with the hope the audiences of all ages and backgrounds, even the story is specifically portrayed by Latina performers, anyone can relate and follow along the story.
Our show can be presented on a unit set with the small band on stage. We like the idea of it being very theatrical, where you know, a very little bit of the art is hidden from the audience. We like to see, you know, the show happening in front of the art happening in front of us. The actors in the band make the sound design, the story as the story is being told, and the whole production should feel a bit homemade and kind of organic.
Our intentions are to keep it small and easy to produce. The cast should be, as I mentioned before, exclusively Latine, especially Mexican, where it's possible, because this is a show about Mexico. And Mexican music is an important character in this story, and as much as it's embracing your identity as Mexican and Latine. And the orchestra is primarily driven by acoustic guitars as opposed to piano and drums. Everything, as Tommy said before, is very organic, very natural. And we felt that having the sound with guitars and this kind of music add a lot to the storytelling.
And it's been such a different and exciting experience working on that with Jaime, because he's such a wonderful guitar player. It's just been, you know, very different. So, because everything that I have created, at least so far, has been sort of central to the piano. And it's just been a really interesting and exciting process. We've been very fortunate to have a bit of attention on this piece in the last few months, as it was awarded a Pipeline Arts Foundation grant to help us with the development of the show. It was $20,000 to use as we see fit in order to produce the show and to move it forward. It was also included in this summer's Rhinebeck Writers Retreat, which we will be heading up there in the next couple of weeks. We're excited to be able to do that. We'll be working on some adjustments to the material and also thinking about what we'll be moving forward with NAMT.
And actually, Roja, we start working on Roja when we were doing a show upstate at a beautiful place called Forestburgh Playhouse. We were doing performances of another show of us, El Otro Os. And when doing there, Tommy and I came with the idea for this show, and we wrote the very first song up there like 4 years ago. And they were so generous and so supportive of our work that they even created a special residency that they didn't have before. And we went back to the woods in Forestburgh to write the whole show. And then a few months later, we were part of their In the Woods festival. And it was like 2 years ago, if I don't remember. Yeah, I guess. And then after that, we also had the support from the new group to do a table reading here in Manhattan. And we have been since then like rewriting and shaping this so we can like take it to the best place.
Our objectives for the NAMT Festival for our show is that we would get some exposure in hopes that we might find a few producing partners, regional and commercial interests, anything that will help to move the show forward. We've got some questions about development of this piece in various kinds of venues, because we think that the piece and the story really holds a lot of potential for growth, but we also want to make sure that it continues to be producible in the way that it needs to be producible. But it really depends on who our collaborators are in the next steps of this piece's journey.
That's why we want to embrace producers as collaborators who help us to shape what is the best way to tell the story next. We strongly believe in rewriting and development. We love developing shows. We have lots of ideas, but we believe that collaboration and partnership is what we really need right now. And we feel this show has a lot to offer to our communities. Thank you for having us. We look forward for being able to share this beautiful show. I mean, it's my show. Of course, I say it's beautiful. That's our show. That's more than beautiful, actually, more than beautiful. It means so much to us and to the people, to the audience that we have the pleasure to share it with. So we are very grateful to be here, and gracias por invitarnos.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. Thank you.